Hello and welcome to another episode of Take the Two NRL Podcast. There's three out of shape blokes that are qualified armchair critics of the highest level. G'day, Marshy,
Hey, fully, Dave.
Frosty.
Vossi, fully.
How are we,
Hey,
boys?
boys.
Good, thank you.
Good week.
Yeah, cracking, mate.
Bad
Ready
week.
to... Oh, that's good. I'm sure we'll hear about that later.
Hey, boys, we all lost on the weekend.
It's only up from here then, eh?
True.
No.
All right, boys. Couple of topics to get into just to wet the whistle. First up, the breaking news this morning was the David Fifita backflip, right? So if we're just going rehashing back to last week, Marshy said on this very podcast, it's a done deal by Thursday. He'd be done, all signed and sealed to Penrith. Frosty, you were waiting for Uncle Nick to swoop in late and give him a brown paper
I
bag,
was.
but still confident that he was probably going to go to Penrith, and he actually agreed to the Roosters. So you come up trumps, and then I thought he was going to go to Penrith, but made a bit of a joke. He should just stay and take the million with the Titans. So I suppose, having said that, he's agreed to go back to the Titans for a couple of years. What do we take on that, boys? Marshy, Bossy?
I don't really know much about it, but I haven't heard why, the exact reason. I'm sure it'll come out later, but maybe he had a bad night at Jupiter's on Tuesday night and realised, shit, I need this coin. That's the only thing I can find. I've got no idea why he did it. I don't think the Roosters would be too happy, but it's actually I'm happy that they've missed out on someone for once.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, how does that sit with Uncle Nick now? I mean, he's they've agreed to terms, and then basically, done the old backflip. That he wouldn't be happy about that. And then all of a sudden, they've told, well, they haven't re-signed Crichton. They've told that is it silly Tupanua he can go.
He can go, yeah.
Now that he's done Fafita's done the backflip, how are these boys going to feel now? And they say, "Oh, boys, you want to re-sign with us?" How's that going to sit, Frosty?
No good at all.
No?
I heard Uncle Nick is filthy, so I just wish he'd gone to the Chooks because for me, he's a dud.
Yeah, but like he's actually, like I was saying before, he's actually playing good football. Like he's actually doing the tough stuff, and I'm actually glad that he's gone back to the Titans because I feel he owes them. And maybe that's the way he's looked at it. He made a bad decision on the spur of the moment decision. But like I said to you before, I can't see the Roosters winning the comp next year anyway. So it's really a no-win situation for him. He's better off taking the money and staying on the Gold Coast.
Yeah, just on that, you know why he's playing good footy? Because he was up for a contract. Don't they all start playing good footy when they're up for a contract?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, but he still had the option at the Gold Coast.
Yeah. I wonder if
He wants to stay there because the weather's good. It's shit down here.
I
Yeah.
reckon you'll find that his wife or his missus, whoever she is, will be playing at the Titans next year.
Is that a scoop?
Wow.
Yeah, Paul Kent told me.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. Well, how about we talk about Ricky Stuart? So Ricky Stewart's just signed a contract extension going to, I think, 2029, which is what's that, 5-6 years?
Yeah, I think he signed another 5.
How did What's your take on that? Like, the bloke's been there since, I think, 2014. He's got to one grand final, I think one prelim, and hasn't really done much about that. So, what's the method, the theory behind that from the Raiders, you reckon?
Well, what's yours?
Well, I don't know. I do know that he's really good friends with Don Ferner, so maybe he's just looking after him. Everyone's got this thing that he does wonderful things for the community. He sticks up for his team, all that sort of stuff. But Isn't that what a coach is supposed to do anyway? Isn't that part of their job description?
Yeah, but maybe nobody else wants to do the job. It's bloody cold. The only good thing about Canberra is you can buy firecrackers.
I was waiting for you to say the highway out of the joint.
I do. Yeah. No, but to be honest with you, I like Ricky Stuart. Like, I do like how he sticks up for his players. I love his passion. I just don't like what he did to Para. I hate him for that. But good luck to him. I can't see another coach doing any better with the players they got. So, yeah, good luck to him.
Shocking place to live. And I mean, I don't agree with 2029. I think it's far too long, but they know what they get with him. It's passion, and they all say that, Ricky's the only one that can do it. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, but is passion enough? Like,
Probably not.
I'm sick of hearing, like, well, I understand all the Raiders supporters and the locals down there love him, but not many of the other NRL team fans are big fans of him. Like, they're sick of hearing him. Like, he's it's always hear something about the Raiders DNA. It's not in our DNA. It wasn't us out here. I got 17 blokes in there devastated. We got the wrong end of the stick. Blah blah blah. We're hearing the same thing. Like, Ricky Stuart is a bloke that if you listen to him long enough, you start believing what he says.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Whether he's right or wrong, you know what I mean? So when I hear him in the presser all the time, half the time I turn it off because you know what you're going to hear.
I heard a little rumor today. Actually, the reason he signed is because he wanted to blow the Viking horn.
What, he hasn't already?
No, he's not happy about it. So that's the reason why he did sign. But no, good luck to him. Like I said, I don't think there's any other coach.
There must be a long waiting list if he signed for so long.
But no, yeah, good luck to him.
All right then. Next topic up for discussion is the new or the 18th NRL franchise. There's talk of recent times that it's going to be possibly PNG. What do you think about that, Bossy?
Oh, I'd love another team because I hate this buy shit. PNG would be a great place to put another side. Like I said before, the travel would be hard because there's a game there every 2 weeks. But no, I think PNG deserve it. And if there was another team, I'd love it to be there.
I think with that they might base themselves at Cairns. So I think they'd only play a couple of games, probably about 3 to 4 games over in PNG, and I think they'd be based out of Cairns. So they'd be basically a North Queensland team playing under PNG colours or a banner.
That's a good idea.
Because otherwise they reckon the travel and the security over there is not the best.
Yeah, that's right.
What do you reckon, Frost?
Mate, it doesn't work for me, PNG. Definitely security. It's a massive issue. Like, what, the team gets beat and then there's a riot? It's got to be Perth Bears. I'm like Vossi. I don't like this bullshit with the bye. So we just bring in one more team, 18th. Let's have Perth Bears and be done with it.
Yeah, so rumour has it, new team comes in say 3 years, and then they reckon they'll have another team coming in, I think, in another 5 to 6 years. So they're potentially going to be 2 new teams. PNG look like the hot favourites at the moment. You've got obviously the Perth franchise that are keen, and then obviously Bears want to have some sort of input. They want their logo on there, and then you've also got this second New Zealand franchise that are keen to come in because apparently at the moment the Super Rugby's struggling for numbers, participation, whatever. So I think what the NRL are trying to do is strike while the iron's hot and get another franchise in there, and then hopefully rugby league becomes the bigger game over there than Union.
The whisper I heard with the Super Rugby is all the Kiwi players, they're all playing overseas because that's where the money is.
Yeah.
Be it Japan or Europe. So none of them are playing in the New Zealand comp. And that's why I don't follow the Super Rugby now like I used to, but apparently all the New Zealand teams are struggling. So it'd be a good idea to get another team in New Zealand, South Island.
Well, you look at the Warriors, they're pretty much taken over the town, haven't they?
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, they're starting to lose a bit now, but last year and the start of this year, it was all the Warriors. So that could be another option.
My concern with the New Zealand, another franchise over there, is the town's only going crazy when the Warriors are winning.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, as you said last year, there was a big buzz over there because they were flying high, and they've got good numbers this year, obviously. But what happens if they just dwindle away down to the bottom four for this season and potentially next season? I know all teams have that same issue, or most of them do anyway, especially by Tigers. But it'll be interesting to see. But I like the idea of a Perth franchise potentially, only for broadcasting. We can potentially get a 4-hour there's a 4-hour difference, so we can get another game on TV over there.
Another game in, that's right.
Well, usually 3, yeah.
Yeah,
that's a good option.
PNG, not for me. I think security reasons as well. Like, if you're going over there, you'll be playing like in a compound. It'll be like you're basically stuck in prison. Not being able to go anywhere. Too unsafe. And then, as I said, I'd like the Warriors to be doing a lot better. Potentially win a competition before they look to put another franchise in over there.
Another team.
But what I'd like to see, and I haven't heard anyone say this, I'd like to have another team in New South Wales, but have them in the country and play wear the maroon colours and the yellow, like the country origin colours used to be.
Yeah, used to be, yeah.
And then play. I don't know where they base themselves, but I'd like to see them play a game. Whether it's an orange like Albury, where all these country towns.
Oh, Bathurst, like the old Panasonic Cup.
Yeah, that's right.
New South Wales country, yeah.
If they can get
play
anywhere,
everywhere. Bathurst, Tamworth,
anywhere from
Orange,
10 to 12,000 people. I'm telling you, all these kids. There's a big nursery out there in New South Wales country, and they'll all want to play for that team, and they'll ditch teams like South Sydney and Tigers and Eels and whoever else they go for.
Yeah.
Say if it's the country bears, I don't know what they call them, but excuse me, all those kids that say, I want to go and play for the Bears, and as I said, they have a massive nursery, but no one's ever discussed that. So
that's actually a great idea, Fully.
But where would you? But you couldn't base them anywhere, So most of the players,
you just spread it around.
They don't need to be. Yeah.
No, but they have. Where are they going to train it? That's the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they need some sort of base,
and
then play their away games out, their home games out in the bush. But that's just me anyway.
That's not a bad idea. Yeah, I run it by Abdo.
If you can get hold of him, probably still in LA.
Definitely.
All right, boys. Let's just do a quick recap of the round 10 scores. The Dolphins defeated the Seagulls 30-24. The Panthers defeated the Bulldogs 16-10. The Broncos defeated the Eels 30-14. The Knights defeated the Tigers 20-14. The Dragons with 28 defeated the Rabbitohs 14. The Sharks, good winners over the Storm 25-18. The Roosters, 2 good 38, beat the Warriors 18. And the Titans just held on to beat the Cowboys 20-18. And of course, the Raiders had the bye. So, fellas, Vossi, what caught your eye from the round?
It was in the Rabbits Dragons game when Lomax pleaded to Ben Hunt to take the captain challenge. It was like a little kid asking mum for a lolly, but she just wouldn't give it to him. It was the funniest thing to watch.
I'm surprised he wasn't pulling on the leg. Yeah, so
he may as well. But yeah, that was my one. I thought that was a funny moment.
And what caught your eye, Frosty?
2 things. You keep bagging me about me not picking my Manly, and they got beaten again. And the other one was the Sharks. They finally proved everybody that they can beat a team above them. Hallelujah.
Yes.
And this is what I said. I said they'll beat a big team with the players out, and then everyone thinks they're world beaters. I told you exactly what had happened, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah, they had no Nico, but no Hines.
Oh,
wow. Please. Yes.
Well, so that evened it out a bit.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No Jerome Hughes, no Pepper. No. Makes a big difference. Because Munster's junk and he does nothing. And it's all about Jerome Hughes, mate. He's leading them around the park.
Yeah, it's a big loss.
Hell yeah, it was. So it's like Dylan Brown with bloody Mitch Moses. Dylan Brown's useless. Throw Mitch Moses in, ditch Dylan Brown, different ball game. So
why do you have to bring power into it?
Always. Because Dylan Brown is as bad as Munster.
Yeah.
Show ponies.
All right. Moving on. What caught my eye from the round? Well, I'm going to say the Dragons. Souths hit them hard early, scored 2 quick tries. I thought, oh, hang on a minute. And then, the Dragons under Flanagan just grinding away, hung in there. If I looked at that Dragons team, to be fair, and I follow a weak team, I wouldn't. There's not many of those players in that Dragons team I'd want in my team. But having said that, 5 wins, 5 losses, a bye this week. I think they're sitting in the 11th spot. They're not going too bad. I think they only won 5 games all year last year. So here I am thinking that they were going to fight out the wooden spoon with us, but they've sort of kicked on and left us.
They're definitely overachieved.
Yeah, so.
I love Flano.
Yeah, there you go. Our peptide king, eh?
Well.
Yep, it's working.
All right, boys. What team's flying high this week? Bossy?
The Sharkies again, mate.
Here we go. We need to have a rule in that can't pick the same team 2 weeks in a row.
Why? They've just proven to everybody, like, no Hines, like he's pulled out at the last minute. They've thrown a hooker into half. They've thrown a lock into hooker. Like, not many teams would deal with that. And they've just proven why they're a good team. That's all I've got to say.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
No worries.
And I've gone the Dolphins. They're flying high, and I took them last week too because they're flying. I just can't believe it.
Turn up every week.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting for them to fall off the perch, but they keep proving me wrong.
So true.
Good on them, bastards.
Who do you like fully?
I'm going to say this week, because I've gone a different team. I'm not picking the same team 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks in a row.
Probably 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm picking the Titans. Starting to adapt to Desi's sort of style. They've had a key player recommit to the club, but what a good win that was on the weekend. A few injuries, I think they were down to one on the bench, maybe.
Yeah, they're down to one on the bench. Yeah.
Yeah, I know Cowboys were coming home strong, but the Titans hung in there, and maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago they wouldn't have hung in, and they probably would have got done. So
100%.
Yeah.
Well, they lost both their halves in the game. They lost Foran and what's his name? What's
AJ Brimson?
Brimson, yeah. Like, they're massive. Like, that's massive. And they hung on well. So good luck to them. Playing well.
Yeah, definitely a team on the up. So okay, boys. What team is skating on thin ice this week? Bossy?
I think they're Cowboys.
Yeah.
Like, how many people? I had them pretty much in my top 4 at the start of the year. Like, after their first 4 games, I thought, geez, they're flying. But they've hit a brick. I don't know what's wrong with them. And they've had no bad injuries either. Like they've kept pretty much the same team on the park week in, week out, and I don't know that they just can't defend. They can't defend to save their lives. That's the Cowboys.
When they were playing catch up footy last week for the last 10 minutes, they were coming home hard.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, against a depleted team, but they were coming home strong. But just the first 70 minutes of the game, yeah.
Terrible.
I'm hearing what you're saying, that's for sure.
Disgusting.
All right, Frost.
Warriors again for me.
Oh, the Wars, eh?
Yeah. Andrew Webster, I thought this guy is between him and Seraldo. I thought he's the coach. They both went their separate ways from Penrith, and I thought the Wars have gone the right way. They've gone Webster, and the Dogs have taken Seraldo, and it's gone the other way.
Yeah,
unbelievable.
They've hit a wall.
Yep,
they certainly have.
No, Johnson now too for 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
Yeah, so they're definitely going to be up against it. That's for sure. All right, for me this week, I've got the Dave's Mighty Sea Eagles.
So have I.
Yeah, I just think they're a frustrating team. When they're good, they're really good, and when they're not, they're absolute junk. Now they've been hit with a couple of injuries. They're going to lose a couple of players. Who do they lose to State of Origin? Cherry Evans? Anyone else? Olafatu maybe?
Yeah, he should be in there.
I can't see him being picked, but yeah.
He'll be in there.
Yeah, I can't see it. I wouldn't pick him. I've actually got told to pick a State of Origin side from a bloke at work. He wanted me to pick one early, which I did, but I didn't want to do. He's not there. Yeah. Because don't forget, he's just had the last 3 weeks off too, so...
Yeah, so...
Well, they've lost Saab and Travojevic as well too now.
We can get past that, though. Yeah.
No!
Yes.
No way!
Yes.
They won't win a fucking game.
I hope so.
All right, boys. Moving on
I'm with you fully, though. No, with the spell. We haven't finished with the spell.
That's after this week's games. Just follow my lead, big boy.
Okay, Bruce.
Round 11 games. Obviously, it's Magic Round, all up at Suncorp Stadium. First game of the round, we've got the Raiders at $2.28 versus the Doggies at $1.63. Bossy, what do we got here?
Well, the ins for Canberra's Rapana's back, which is a big help for him because he offers that bit of X factor. Hopper's back out. And for the Dogs, they've chose the same 17 that played Penrith last week. Just some stats. The Raiders have won 8 of their last 9 games versus the Dogs, and Raiders have lost 4 games in Magic Round. For that, Dogs will win, mate.
Dogs. What do you reckon, Frosty?
Raiders for me.
Yep.
Especially after the bye.
Fresh up from the spell, you reckon?
Well, you think so. Yeah.
I'm gonna go the Dogs. Reluctantly, it kills me, but I think the Dogs are playing good footy. I just said it's supposed to rain up there, so that could be interesting. I think most of these games will be a lot closer than what you think. And how's the field going to hold up with all these games
it's
on?
Not.
Yeah,
it's not.
I think it rained there last year too.
Can I put something to you?
Was terrible.
Yeah, sure.
Why the hell didn't Manly play the Dolphins at KO last Thursday night instead of at Suncorp to give it a rest?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Probably corporate.
Probably, but when you're going to be playing 8 games?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I just thought it was weird, but yeah.
You got to think though they've booked these games in months and months ahead of.
Yeah, true.
So They're not to know what the weather's going to be like and all that sort of stuff. But I understand what you're saying.
It's Queensland.
But how many people would you get a KO? How many did they get there?
Oh, they would have packed it out.
Yeah, well, how 20? Many?
Against 20? Us? I don't know.
And what did they get 13? Last week?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Well, don't come at me asking that question if you don't have the old...
No, I just think it's all about saving the ground, though. No, it's not about numbers. It's about saving the ground.
Yeah.
One less game.
I think it comes down to numbers. That's the problem.
Girls tomorrow night, too. Like, it's just... I don't get it. Like you said, it's going to be wet.
It's poor planning, yeah. But another stat, the Dogs have the best red zone defence in the comp. Who would have thought that?
What's the red zone?
The 20 metres.
Why didn't you just say that?
Bit of NFL.
What, I was going to say, where are we in America?
Keep you on your toes.
We're in Vegas, baby.
Showtime. Okay, boys. Next up, we've got the high-flying Sea Eagles. $3.62 versus the Broncos, $1.29. What do you reckon, Bossy?
Obviously, the big out's Tommy T. Koala goes back to fullback. Talau goes to the centres. And for the Broncos, Madden's back at half. Walters is out with a peck, and Smoothie replaces Walters. Just some stats. Eagles have lost last 4 games at Suncorp. Cobbo scored 6 tries in the last 2 games versus the Eagles. I think the Broncos have got too many points in for you, Frosty.
I think so too. Half a chance. Don't be surprised if Garrick doesn't go to fullback. He killed it last year when Tommy wasn't there. So,
yeah, surprised they haven't named him at fullback.
No, it's probably a ploy, but Seabum doesn't know what he's doing. But I'm tipping Broncos. But thank God we're playing early in the weekend, so no more injuries with a bit of luck.
I thought you guys would get it over and done with.
Well, that too.
So just on that, what's Tommy out? Tommy out with concussion from copping a slap across the face.
Oh, don't bring that up. Seriously.
Oh. No, I'll go.
Seriously.
I'll go the Broncos. Yeah, as I said, in a close one, wet conditions. I reckon there'll be a few errors, but I don't know if Manly can go with them. So Broncos for me, boys. Okay, first game on this Saturday, we've got the Titans at $2.67 versus the Knights at $1.47. Bossy?
For the Titans, there's 3 big outs. Brimson, Foran and Smith-Shields all out with hammies, and Smith-Shields with a shoulder. Randall and Verrills going to the halves, which would be interesting. Piera to the wing and Shoop joins into the centres, and Clark goes to dummy half. And for the Knights, Gamble's out with a foot injury. Jacob Saifedi back to replace his brother who was suspended. Some stats, the Knights have won 3 of their last 4 games versus the Titans. Fifita has scored 7 tries in his last 5 games. I think there's too many injuries for the Titans, especially in the halves, and I think the Knights are playing pretty good footy, so I think the Knights will win.
What do you reckon, Frost?
I'm going the Titans.
Yeah.
I reckon after last week's gutsy effort, they're a chance of doing it again. Knights haven't really done anything, really. They're not playing that well. They've been pretty lucky.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely the Titans for me. I don't think the Knights were very convincing last week against a pretty average Tigers team. Having said that, the Titans have got some injuries. Reshuffle the decks a little bit, but game will be close. I reckon the Titans might be able to grind it out, boys.
Good luck.
Yeah. Next up, we've got the Sharks at $2.32 versus the Roosters at $1.61. Bossy?
I think this is the game of the round. For the Sharks, Hines back, that's a big boost. Bailey back to dummy half, and obviously McGuinness is back to lock. For the Roosters, Monu's out with a late head knock. I've never seen that happen. I have just bought him in Supercoach. Ponga goes to the centres to replace him. Smith's back to start at dummy half, and Watson back to the bench. Just some stats. Sharks are going for 7 wins in a row since 2016. 7 wins, that's pretty good from the Sharkies. Roosters have won 8 of their last 9 games versus Sharks, and Tupou plays his 200th game. 250th, sorry. I like both of these sides. They're both going really well, but I'm going to stick with my Sharkies. Just.
What do you reckon, Frost?
I'm going to go with the Sharks, but just beware, Vossi, that Nico may not play. You know, that he may pull out again.
Yep.
On game day. So I mean, I still will take the Sharks, but yeah.
Yeah, Manu's a big loss,
he's
but
been named. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go the Roosters. I think if it's wet, I don't think Nico will play because you won't risk a calf in the wet. That's probably going to do more damage. He's probably going to have his eye on getting a New South Wales jersey. I think with the Roosters, I think the kicking game of Keary/Walker might be the difference. I think they might just try and pin him in the corners. The Roosters will just play it straight through the middle, try and grind away. I reckon they'll get him in the wet. In a close one, obviously. So
yeah, be close game.
Yeah. So okay, next up we've got the Rabbitohs at $3.21 versus the Cowboys at $1.35. Boss?
Johnson's back. He hasn't played since round 4. He's back on the wing for the Rabbits, which is a good in. Gagai's on the other wing, back from a calf injury, and Thompson moves to the centres. For the Cows, Talangi's back on the left side. McLean also, and Semi Valley's out with an ankle injury. Some stats: Rabbits undefeated at Magic Round, so there's a good one for you. Jack Whiten plays his 250th, and the Rabbits have won 7 of the last games versus the Cowboys. Is that who they're playing? Yeah, they're playing the Cowboys.
Yes.
For me, the
I hope
Cowboys.
so.
I think they're desperate, and if they don't win this one, they're gone.
Yeah, fair enough. What do you reckon, Frost?
I'll take the Cowgirls, and even though South haven't been beaten in Magic Round, records are there to be beaten.
Fair enough. I don't know. This one's a tough one.
It is a hard one.
I reckon South can do them this week. I reckon the Cowboys are going that bad. What are they? 5, 6 on the 5 on the bounce. South's went good to start with last week. You'd like to think they'd build on that. Oh, Latrell at the back, bit more fitness under his belt. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the Cowboys won, but I think maybe the Bunnies might just get them. Hopefully not, but who knows? Okay, boys. Next up, we've got the Warriors at $4.45 versus the Panthers at $1.21. Bossy?
Obviously, SJ out. Sean Johnson's out with a pec injury. Tapuka goes to fullback. Clockstad moves to 5'8", which is an interesting call. And Martin goes to half. Berry's out with a wrist injury, and Latour replaces him in the centres. And for the Panthers, obviously Cleary, he's out for 8 weeks with a hamstring again. Cole replaces him, and Tar goes back to replace Alamotti. Just some stats. Panthers have won their last 8 games versus the Warriors. Toto scored 7 tries in his last 5 games versus the Warriors. Wozniak plays his 200th game for the Warriors. I just think Panthers will be too clinical, too strong, and the Warriors just aren't going good enough.
Frost?
Imagine if Cleary was there, you'd probably say Panthers would probably put 50 on him, but with him not there, Panthers will still get up, but yeah. Why's it gone?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I think Penrith will go. What happened to the Snyder? How come he's not in?
He done his knee in New South Wales Cup.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
Because I thought if he comes in, he'll just kick to the corners in the wet. That'd be good enough. But Yeah, as you said, Vossi, Panthers too clinical. The wheels have definitely come off the wires. So interesting times ahead, I suppose.
Yep.
Next up, we got the Storm at $1.26 versus Eels at $3.90. What do you got, Vossi?
Can't believe the price of the Eels there. Coach.
Too
What
short?
was it again?
Too short. $3.90.
Wow.
That's a steal. Coach returns from a hemi. Anderson drops out. Still no Hughes. So they're saying next week for Hughes. There you go, Frosty. And for
I
the
thought they
Eels,
said
Moses.
this week. Wow. There you go.
Yeah. Moses is still out. Brown stays at half. And he's put Arcee back at 5'8" and dropped Sanders. Like, seriously, what is wrong with him?
Mm.
And Cartwright's back. He replaces Hands on the bench. Just some stats. The Storm are the highest scoring team in Magic Round. They've scored 126 points in the 4 games in the Magic Round. I think 120 of them against Para. And I think the Storm would just be too clinical. Harry Grant has scored a try in his last 3 games against Para. Their defence will win it, but Para are a good price. Take them with a start.
What is the start?
Wow.
Oh, I don't know. It's got to be at least 8.5, 10.5.
Well, come at me with the start before you start blurting it out, buddy.
Yeah, well, don't start me.
What do you reckon, Frost?
Storm.
Storm?
That's it. Like, yeah.
Fair enough.
Mm.
Yeah, for me, I'm a closet Storm fan. I reckon they'll be too good. On a heavy 10 for sure on the Sunday afternoon. So yeah, I don't know. They're probably 1 to 12, I reckon. Storm.
Definitely.
Okay, so the last game of the round in an absolute bog fest is the Tigers at $3.57 versus high-flying Dolphins at $1.30. Boss?
2 big outs for the Tigers of Parley and Bateman. They're massive losses.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're replaced by Seafarth and Twal. They go to the starting side. Tua is out, and Naden goes to the centres, which I do not like, because I think you need his speed on the wing and he cannot defend. And Solomon to the wing. Sion Fanu, is it fully debuts from the bench? And for the Dolphins, obviously the big in is Fido back at fullback. Fuller's out, and Bromwich is back, and Plath's out with a head knock. Appy plays his 200th game, and Boxstock has scored 7 tries his last 7 games. I just think the Dolphins have got too many points, and with Papali, who had a great game last week at lock, and Bateman out, you lose a lot there. I just think Dolphins too many points.
Yep. Frost?
Dolphins 50, mate. Bateman,
Yeah.
he's been playing out of his skin, Bateman. You know, he's had to move from second row to centre the last few weeks just to cover players that have gone down, and massive loss. I didn't realise he wasn't playing. So yep. 50.
Yeah. Raise the bet, you reckon?
Go the Finns, yep.
All right. Hopefully, 6:25 on Sunday night, this game gets washed out and they have to come back in a couple of weeks and replay. But definitely the Finns. I don't know about 50, but maybe 45. But yeah, I think it's a tough old week for the Tigers. So, and rounding out the week, we've got the Dragons. As I said earlier, they've got the bye. So, boys, who needs a spell? Who are you throwing in the paddock this week and why? Bossy?
I don't know who he is or what he is. The guy or the ref in that bunker that sent Harry Grant off for 10 minutes. Seriously. And just to top it off, I captained him in Supercoach and I lost by 10 points.
Oh, is that what you lose
that's
for
part of it.
Sinbin? Yeah.
Yeah, so you lose -8 for a sin bin, so I lost -16.
Yeah, okay.
But seriously, what's going on?
And then the fact that the last night he fought it and got off.
Yeah. If I find out that's the same guy that did that one with Tom Trbojevic, I swear, I will never watch a game of football again.
You will.
I don't want to find out. I don't want to know.
I'll get onto
protecting
that.
the players' legs. It's terrible. Yeah.
Oh, it's disgusting. Seriously.
It was bad.
I want to hear what Phil Gould's got to say.
Yeah, I just did he obviously got off, but did he still have to pay the fine as well, or no? That's
He got $1,000 fine,
yeah,
and he went and fought it, and had to pay 500.
Oh wow!
Legal fees.
No, that was the airfare, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't understand it, but
Wow.
yeah, terrible.
Yeah, I agree. That's pretty rubbish. What do you got for us?
My Manly, mate. They need the spill.
No.
Terrible. I've told you the last 2 weeks when you bagged the hell out of me. You're picking against them. Yes, it's not about heart. It's about the head. And again this week,
Yeah.
no good.
Well,
Shocking.
you haven't been wrong.
I don't know what it is. I don't know. They just
Mate,
they look good for the first 20 to 30 to 40 minutes and just fall away. And some of the tackles are just, they're not even touching them. Fully.
Mate, I've known you for 25 years and you've been throwing the Sea Eagles out in the paddock for
Under the bus.
continuously. I'm definitely not surprised with that. But for me this week, I know we're just around the corner from the State of Origin, and we'll probably talk about that a bit next week, but it has to be the Queensland supporters for me have to get out in the paddock, because the Blues have got that many injuries, and the Queenslanders still believe that they're the underdogs. Like, what they need to do is go and take their two heads for a shit. Like, that's just a joke.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sick of them. I think they just do it just to get under our skin, surely, don't they?
Yep.
Oh, definitely. You watch, New South Wales will be favourites on the betting as well.
Yeah, of course.
It's terrible. That shits me too.
I think the reason why we're the favourites, because I think the Queenslanders, they back the Blues head to head to get the odds down, but then they back Queensland to cover the bet with the start.
To cover it.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I think that's what they do. They'd have to do that for sure. So
yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely the Queensland supporters for me. So speaking of betting, multis of the week, boys. What do we got? Bossy?
My multi is the Dogs to win at $1.63, on the Cowboys to win at $1.38, the Knights to win at $1.47, the Broncos to win at $1.32, and the Dolphins 13 plus at $2.12. That gives you $9.25.
Yeah.
That'll get you
enough.
2 skewies at the Ari.
My only concern with that bet is a lot of legs in wet conditions. So good luck anyway.
It's going to be fine. There won't be a drop of rain at Suncorp. You watch.
Oh, that's right. Just like Tamworth.
Yeah. Whoops.
What do you got, Frosty?
I've got Raiders 1 to 12.
Yep.
Broncos 1 to 12. Cowgirls 13 plus and Dolphins 13 plus.
We got
$53. Collect.
Oi, yeah.
Oh, wow.
For $1.
Wow. How confident are you?
Not.
not at all.
I don't like multis. I've got to do it for the show.
You do. All right. So I'm going this week. I'm going to do a same game multi, and a bit random. I'm going to go in the women's State of Origin. I'm going to go Queensland to win. Queensland 1 to 12, and then I'm going to have Isabel Kelly to score a try, and that will give me juicy odds of $9.25. So
wow, that's on tomorrow night, isn't it?
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
We didn't talk about.
No, that's all right. We'll get there one day.
Kick us off for the weekend fully.
3-game series, which is a hell of a lot better than one.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, definitely, 100%.
And you watch, it'll be the best game of the weekend. You watch because
Yeah,
they tackle properly. They don't wrestle in the ruck, and they play proper
yeah.
footy.
It's good to watch. It's good to watch. Where's that played at? Do you know?
Up at Suncorp.
Uncle.
Oh, you're kidding. Okay.
Yep. Another game.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they'll have the best of the
Okay.
conditions. So
They will.
Yep. There you go.
Bossy, you got a joke for us this week, mate? Something a bit cleaner
Oh,
than last week.
Is it joke time? Are we at the end?
We're at the end, mate. We finally made
Oh,
it.
geez. Time flies when we're having fun, hey, boys?
Well, it's flying. I don't know if
Sure
we're having
does.
fun.
There was a nun. She was lying in the bath,
Oh wow!
and she heard a knock on the door. So she's obviously naked. So she says, "Who's that?" And he goes, "It's the blind man." So she said, "Okay, you can come in." He goes, "Nice tits. So where do you want the blinds?" That's it.
How many viewers are we going to lose over that one?
Well, we've got to give a quick mention to all our watchers to let the friends and the family know so we can get more viewers on board.
Yeah, pass it on.
We're on YouTube.
Don't forget to press subscribe.
Subscribe,
Please.
yeah.
That's the one. Leave a comment. Feel free to leave a comment. Bit of feedback, constructive criticism. We'll take it. Learn from our hiccups and mistakes. Let us know what format you'd like to hear about or what you'd like us to talk about. So, yeah, all good.
Yep.
And thanks for listening.
Thanks, guys.
And watching.
Okay, boys, that's another episode done and dusted. We hope you all enjoyed your brain-numbing experience. Hope you enjoy the Women's State of Origin and the Magic Round. And just remember, if you're ever in doubt, take the 2. Speak next week, boys.
See you, boys.
See you, Fully. See you, Vossi.
See you, Frosty, Fully.